taking like a minute to get comfortable in my skin this morning. I feel like I just put on my lizard suit and I'm trying real hard to be human right now. Good morning. Hello, babies. Welcome to POV You're My Therapist, the podcast where I vent, you listen, and you do not get paid. A lot has happened this week. A lot's been going on. And I was like, do I want to talk about this now or do I want to wait to talk about it in the future? But I don't know. Like, I really don't know, because this is a daily journal, not a daily journals. LOL, never. This is a personal journals podcast. So I do want to talk about like what's going on in my life, but at the same time, it's like there's other people involved and like, and I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about those people. I would love to say I'm indifferent, but the fact that I just cannot stop fucking ranting about it shows that I'm not indifferent, because if I was indifferent, I wouldn't bring it up. But yeah, so I don't know. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. I've not really had the best luck with men, as you know. And I don't really see that as a streak that is going to change anytime soon. Just because of, I don't know, dude. This last week, West Elm Caleb happened. And if you don't know what it is, let me catch you up. Some kid he's not a kid, he's a grown fucking man. He's 25 years old, okay? A grown fucking man named Caleb thought that he was casual dating. But the thing is, when you're casually dating people, you don't tell multiple people that you're exclusive with them. You don't he was just like really exhibiting some psychopathic behavior. Some boy in New York essentially was on Hinge, racking up girls, fucking them, sending them dick pics, telling them that he deleted Hinge and that he wanted to be with them, and then sending them the same playlists, sending them the same gifts, telling them the exact same things. Girl, shut up. Telling them the exact same things, word for word, copy and pasted. And a lot of people were like, that's casual dating. No, it's not. I'm so sorry. If you think that's casual dating, you need therapy and you possibly are crazy. Like he's playing a game where only he wins. And it's like, if that's what you think dating is, I want no fucking parts, bitch. I want no parts. And like also like this week I've posted a lot of like small clip content because I'm figuring TikTok out more now, and I'm posting very short content. So people are just like, oh my God, that's how you feel about dating. Like I posted a clip where I was like, where I was talking about in episode 15 where being single can feel embarrassing. It can feel humiliating. And people were like, it couldn't be me, babes. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. I know you're gonna tell me, you're gonna look me in my beady little eyes and tell me that you've never been upset that you were single, that you've never cried about it, that is a feeling of humiliation, that somebody's never made you feel bad about being single. You've never asked yourself, what's wrong with me? Why am I so single? You've never done that? You've never done that. Tell me you have never. Tell me the thought has never crossed your mind and I'll let it go. If you tell me that it never has crossed your mind, you're a fucking liar. You're a liar. And you're irritated with me, or you're embarrassed for me, or I made you cringe because I said it out loud. Please, shut it up. Shut it up. I've heard enough. Like, please, look, like, these are, like, you're not going to make me feel bad about being a person. Let's get that out of the way. Let's get that out of the way today. I didn't know this was the energy I was coming at the podcast with today, but it is. Let's get that out of the way. You're never going to make me feel bad for being a person. You're never going to make me feel cringe. You're never going to make me feel stupid or silly or like my feelings aren't real, because, bitch, they are. They are. I have an insane amount of self-awareness to a fault. And what you're not going to do is make me feel embarrassed about anything. I will talk about the things that myself take a screenshot of when I think about. You know why? Let me tell y'all something else. Hold on. Not jumping on topic to topic. She doing it again. Like, you're just not going to make me feel bad about it. Point blank, period, point made. There we go. The next thing is, I am brave enough to put myself out there on the internet. I talk about the things that affect me. I'm extremely vulnerable, or I try to be. I try to be raw. I try to be honest as I can fucking be, which is hard because you're being honest with yourself. But you guys, behind your sex pages on Instagram that you used, that's basically it's like a fake page that you can go to a website, type in my Instagram username, watch my story anonymously, and it leaves that a sex bot watch my story. That's what happens. You know that, right? But you guys who make fake pages, who leave hateful comments on my stuff, somebody, and this is, I get hateful comments all the time from anonymous pages. I don't really care because I'm just like, damn, you wish you was me. You literally wish you was me. Like, it's kind of crazy. You can't be me, ho. You can't be me, ho. You need to be yourself. You need to learn who you are and go be yourself. I took the work. I took the time. I did it all to find out who I am. And now it's your turn, baby. So, and I hate that I'm even going on this rant, but it's just the truth of the matter. Okay? But it's like, go off, bitch. But at the same time, don't be a pussy. Unless I've blocked you, which, sorry. You know, be a little brave. Be a little brave. Like, I love when people are on their fake pages stating their opinion. If you were really that girl, if you were really a bad fucking bitch, you would say that shit with your whole chest. With your whole chest. If you were really that girl, you would say it with your whole chest. Not long ago, some girl that I know in my personal life sneak dissed me, where it wasn't even a sneak diss. She left a rude comment on one of my TikTok posts, and I think one of my friends pointed out to me, and then she like came after her and was like, "Bitch, delete that. What the fuck is that?" But I will say that I have a modicum of respect for her because she did it with her whole chest. You niggas is not doing this shit with your whole chest because y'all is pussies, okay? So it's like, if you're gonna be a hater out loud. Be a hater with your whole chest. If you're gonna be hateful, lean into villainy, lean into your hatefulness. Instead of being scared to be who you are, be who you are, even if that's a hateful bitch. All that tells me is that you're a hateful bitch and a coward. Like, that is really crazy to me. Like, anyways, which brings me to my next point. So what's been going on this week is, so this week, a lot happened. And my week started off with me receiving a long ass message from a guy that I blocked on Instagram. I think like his dick could sense that I was having a great fucking week. And he was like, I'm going to irritate her because I feel she may have forgotten my presence. And I'm only going to talk about one specific part of this message because there was a lot going on. But there was one specific part of this message that I was like, I could never, ever, in good conscience, give you another fucking chance because you just told on yourself so fucking hard right here. And I don't think you even realize that. Like, at one point in this message, this man said, he said, I'm gonna be back. Actually, let me just fucking read it. Should I be brave and read it, or should I, I took a screenshot because I have not been able to shut the fuck up about it because I'm so disgusted with just men in general and the dating scene overall. And so this is what he said. So we can talk more. Can you actually hit me up so we can talk every day? That's what he said. Until he gets back so he can see me. Now, this may not seem crazy to you, but let me tell you the reason why it's crazy. The reason why it's crazy is because this motherfucker started this message off like nothing had happened. Like, oh, I just had bad service. For 4 months, ho? You had bad service for 4 months. Okay, Also, he knew my email. He knew my Addy. He could have written me a letter. Do you know how bitches go crazy for letters? My pussy would have been so wet if this man sent me a letter. And, like, that's honestly the least he could have done. But, you know, my little dumb chicken head would have been like, oh my God, he wrote me a letter. It smells like him. I would have been like, I love him. I love this letter. No, you couldn't even do the bare minimum to sit down and write chicken scratch and be like, no, you couldn't do that. That was the first thing that popped in my mind. I thought, you had BS connection, bitch. You could have written me a letter. Post is still a thing. Post is still a thing. All right? So that was my first thought. My second thought, the more I read that shit, I was like, so after not speaking to me for 4 months, after ghosting me, which I will read you my response, but after ghosting me for 4 months, you now want me to talk to you every day until you come back, and then so you can come see me. It's very much giving, you better preheat the oven so I can stick the lasagna in it when I get home and we can eat dinner in 30 minutes. It's giving, let's talk so you can form an emotional connection so when I come home, I can just fuck you and get it over with. That's very much what it was giving. It was giving, I'm going to make you think that we're something for these amount of days so that by the time I get to you, you're ready to, you're good to go. The walls are down. The defenses are down. All of that is down. All of that is down. So I read this shit and of course, the first thing I did was I ran to my favorite boy cousin. I ran to that nigga. And I was like, listen, I know you're a fuck boy and we need to have a conversation because this is getting out of hand. I was like, I'm sending you this and you need to read it and what the fuck is going on. He was like, 2 things are going to happen. Either he's going to hit you back right away and then be like, oh my God, I messed up. I'm sorry. I'm this, I'm that. And then to which you need to make life hell for him to prove that he actually really wants you and isn't just trying to fuck you. Or 2, he's never going to respond. But he is going to try to hit you up again. I shit you not. Probably in a couple weeks. Just, oh my God, these guys are so... I predicted this. Remember, I predicted this. I seen this. I told y'all this fucker was going to come back. I told y'all that. And even I had blocked him at that point. But I told you guys this, okay? He's going to be like, hey. Hi. Remember me? No, I don't remember you. I've blurred you out. Like, you so messed up that I had enough time to have a toxic relationship with somebody else, quote unquote relationship, had a toxic moment with somebody else, have them fuck me, mess with my head, process it, heal, get over them. Do you think I give a shit? Like, and it was really like, I was like, I feel like the last straw happened a while ago, but I really was just like, it's so much the last straw that now you're ugly to me. You have done so much bad behavior that you are so ugly. I don't care that you're 6'6". I don't care that you like are attractive. I don't care. Like, at this point, your face has begun to warp. Men do enough ugly shit that they start looking ugly to me. Like, it's really like that with me. Like that's why, like, even though I'm like really big on looks and like I'm a little shallow in that department, I really don't think I'm that shallow, because the moment a handsome guy starts doing crazy shit, you start looking ugly as fuck. And the moment a ugly guy, medium ugly, starts doing like some really nice stuff, oh my God, you is so sexy. You are so fine. And then it's only when they start acting up, I'm like, damn nigga, you ugly. You are ugly. Like, for real. So I'm like, he's so ugly to me at this point. I'm just like, you've done enough ugly shit that you are straight up ugly to me. You are ugly to me. And I get the feeling that women don't really call him out very often, because I'm just like, why the audacity of this? There is so much audacity. Like, what is this? The audacity is auditing. Like, what is happening? So anyways, I was like, bro, you really were like, let's give me permission to emotionally manipulate you. And after he, like, the first instance of ghosting, Like a week went by and then I hit him up. I was like, hello. I was like, are you good? Never responded. But you know what happened though? That man watched my story. He watched my story. And I feel like, I know I cannot think for men, and my therapist tells me to stop thinking for people, but I feel like the thought process behind men when they ignore when they're trying to ghost you and you message them out of the blue and they go watch your story, I feel like it's them trying to see if you're sexy enough for them to respond to. Like they're trying to like evoke some kind of emotion out of themselves to respond to you. Like they're like, let me go look to see if like she's worth the response. The answer at the time was no, I'm not worth it now. If you didn't see it then, you don't see it now. And you will never see it. And when I'm Oprah, you better not see it, bitch. I'm just so over you. Like, you're not, you know, he is that hot to be acting that way. But you're not going to act that way with me. You know? If you can get away with acting like that with other women, go ahead. But not me. Not me. Because I'm so sexy. And it's just not gonna happen. I literally refuse to settle at this point. And I think settling goes past looks. I used to think that like the settling in the looks department was like what settling was about. But it's like, no. If I can imagine a 6'4" plus man with manners who does not have mommy issues, who does not secretly hate women, who is not manipulative, who's not a piece of shit, who's got a shit ton of money, who likes me, if I can imagine that, it's fucking possible. Because I feel like I have seen crazier shit happen in this lifetime. And I think the least crazy shit that I can imagine is, that's like the least crazy shit to imagine. A man that I like, that is my type, that has money, who has the emotional and personality characteristics that I like, that meets every fucking standard that I set for myself. That's not impossible. That's not impossible. And I really feel like if I continue living in my purpose, doing the things that I'm put on this earth to do, living in my most genuine and real self, I will come across that person. They will naturally come to me. And that's why, like, I'm just done seeking it out. I will go where life takes me and just live that way. Because the other option is forcing things that aren't worth it, is feeling these emotional connections that are not real. Okay, that are not real, and like just coming across like disingenuous people like this. Like I was like, bro, like I read that and I was like, I know you fucking tripping. I know you tripping. You tripping. Like the thing with this kid that like really gets to me is like, if I responded to that any other way than the dry, blunt way that I responded to that, I would have to be ashamed with myself. Because how many chances do you need, bro? That would have been me giving him his third chance. And I'm not gonna lie, like I read that message like at 6 a.m, and I considered it. I considered it. That ooh, my eye just twitched like hell. I considered it because I am a human. I considered it, and I'm still working on these things. But like, the more I thought about it, I was like, bro, how many fucking chances do you need? You wanted to start off the wrong foot. You didn't want me, bitch. You don't want me. You don't want me. You're horny. That's it. You don't want me. You're horny. Admit that to yourself. That's it. That's it. That's it. Like, and I'm just like, girl. And like, you know, it got me into a deeper thought. And we're going to go into the deep thoughts today. Because I try to keep myself, you know, controlled. Today, not so much, because, you know, I look pretty good, I look cute, my nails are kind of rancid, I'm not gonna lie, because they look like Jolly Ranchers, I look like I have Ariana Grande fingers, that's beside the point. But, this is the thing, right? I watched a couple of TikToks, and like, I follow these amazing creators, you guys, I really do, and there's a woman named Candace Braithwaite, who, like, really kind of, one of her pieces of content planted the seed in my head last week. And you know, the TikTok algorithm works for damn sure. So I, seeing her, that first piece of content, and I think rewatching it so many times, saving it, liking it, sending it to literally every woman I knew, put more of it on my For You page. And what she said, and she was talking about money, but I felt like it was such a deeper conversation than that. She was talking about money, and she was saying like she attracts money. she attracts money. She sees it like water. She bathes in money. Water falls from the sky. Money falls from the sky. Like, that's how she sees money. She lives in abundance, so therefore her life responds with abundance. And I started thinking about that, and I was like, yo, like, she's so right. And she was like talking about how, like, the value that we have, that's what brings us money. Our inherent being in our, like, authentic selves brings us money. Like, that's what she started to touch upon. And then another girl came across my For You page whose name I do not remember, and I wish I did. What she said was that if Ariana Grande lost all of her money tomorrow, all she would have to do is go on another tour, because Ariana Grande's money is not limited to the money she has. She makes her money. She doesn't, it's not even make money. She attracts money because she puts out such a positive thing into the universe, and that thing being her voice, her personality, all of these things. So she's putting this stuff out, and in turn she's getting rewarded by that. And because of that, she is soul rich. That first, to become like monetary and like material rich, you have to be soul rich. Because I think about it all the time, actually. I see some creators who put out shit content, whose content is misogynistic, sexist, all of that. They're still struggling, as opposed to somebody who just started like 2 days ago and is putting out good, positive content, and that's making people happy. They're getting all sorts of opportunities. Like, people want to feel good. So I saw that, and like, I was thinking about that, and I was like, even if, I gave that guy another chance, right? I know enough about myself and my soul and who I am that even if I gave him another chance, I know 100% for the fucking fact that if I actually gave him another chance, despite the fact that it should be the last chance, at the first red flag, I would not excuse it. The first thing he did wrong, like, I would shut it the fuck down. But it didn't even need to get to that point. But I knew that if I was dumb enough to give him another chance, that I knew that much. And the other thing I also knew was that even if it doesn't go anywhere, because I am human, there was still a part of me that wanted it to go somewhere. Even if it didn't go anywhere and it ended bad, which it always was going to and it always will, and it did, or even if he was telling the truth, even if there was like some remarkable change in character and personality, and he really did not have service wherever the fuck he was, the Himalayas, probably the only place. I think you still have cellular service on the Himalayas. Either way, even if he was being honest, and that's why he quote unquote ghosted, I would win at the end of the day either way. Because one, if he was actually a genuine person and a nice person, okay, great. You need to make it up now. Go ahead and make it up somehow. Apply pressure. I would end with, getting the guy I wanted. Even if the other option being, which is what happened, he was lying. Clearly, obviously, truthfully. Did we ever doubt it? No. Okay? Even if, it ends that way, I still fucking win. I still win. No matter what happens in these situations, I win. Because I know myself enough that I'm never going to fucking shrink for somebody. I'm never going to shrink and make myself smaller of a person for anybody. For anybody. And at the end of the day, I'm the only person who gets to go home with me. Like, and I mean that in a spiritual sense. I own me. I'm the prize, and at the end of the day, I am the only person who has access to the gold bar that I am. And that goes until I'm fucking married. At the end of the day, I am my own person. And if you're not treating me with the level of respect or decency that you should be treating me with, why the fuck do I need to be around you? Like, truthfully, why the fuck do I need to be around you? My greatest responsibility on this earth, as long as I am a woman with no children, is to protect myself. It's to protect my well-being. It's to protect my mental health. It's to protect my physical and bodily health. Like, that's all I need to worry about. And it's like, why should I compromise any of that just because somebody can lace together barely lace together some words that sound decent. Why should I compromise any of that? You don't deserve the compromise, frankly. And any other woman who is compromising for that, they need to check themselves, because why the fuck are you compromising so goddamn much? It should not be that hard to begin with. This is still the courting stage. That was still, that past tense was still the courting stage. And you fucked it up every time. You couldn't act right for 2 seconds? Okay. That's cool. That's not a problem. Like, the hell? Like, oh my God, I'm not a cool girl. I'm so sorry. I'm not a cool girl. I don't give a fuck. I got something called standards and regulations. I'm not a cool girl. I don't want to be a cool girl. I don't give a fuck if you think I'm uptight. Too bad. I will be less uptight when you act right. Like, oh my God, no. Like, that really was like, it got on my nerves so much this week. But the thing that was funny was, like, so that happened, and then, like, I responded, like, right away. That when I found it, I responded right away, and I said my piece. And later on, I was talking to my mom, and my mom was like, well, how do you feel about it? What does your gut feeling tell you? And I was like, honestly, I don't really feel anything in my gut feeling. Like, my tummy is not doing the rumble. Like, everything's chill right now. So I'm like, and I'm not sure why. So I don't really know why. But as time went on, I was like, I think the reason why I don't feel anything is because I actually made the right decision for once. Because I genuinely, wholeheartedly believe that your gut feeling, that discomfort you feel in your gut when you're making a decision, is the pain that your future self is going to feel. And your future self is feeling that pain at that moment. And because I feel like we're connected to our past selves and our future selves. And that gut feeling you feel is the pain and irritation of your future self. Like, I genuinely believe that. I really do. Because every time I've had a gut feeling, like, it's been a bad, like, anxious feeling, something, it's never gone right. It's always gone wrong. It's always meant that I made the wrong decision. So it's like, now that I'm feeling like, the fact that I was so initially feeling so much peace and fine with what I said and whatever was gonna happen, I'm like, no, it's because I know I'm making the right decision by not involving myself with this person any longer. Like, what the hell is this? What the hell, bitch? Okay. So that's how I've been feeling about that. That's what's really been going on in my head. Like, I wouldn't say I've been annoyed. I wouldn't say I've been angry this week. I wouldn't really say I've been annoyed. It's just been a slight irritation of my nerves, you know? It's like when you sit down for too long and your butt starts tingling. That's how I feel. That's how I've been feeling this week. I've not been able to shut about it all week. And I was talking to my friend, Raquel. Okay? Her name is not Raquel. Her name is Rachel, okay? And she left me a voice note, and she was like, society has failed men. Like, this on top of the whole West Caleb shit, there is just a vast misunderstanding of relationships. There is such a huge gap between how men think relationships should work and how women feel relationships should work. And I'm going to be very blunt and say that one side of it is wrong. She was saying how, like, society has just, like, failed men. Like, it's just failed them. Like, you cannot just say, I want coochie. You can't just say that. You have to literally do a whole song and dance, a whole emotional manipulation. There are girls out there who will just give you coochie. Because girls have the same sexual needs as men. Not me, though. Because I'm a big ass fucking baby and I'll fall in love. And then I'll be a problem. I wish I could chill out. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm a psycho. I'm so sorry. I have a lot of fucking feelings. And, like, that's why I know that, like, I can't do casual sex like that. But I think men should just save themselves the emotional labor of the acting. They should save themselves the Oscar and just be outright and straightforward about what they want. Why is it my job to figure out what the fuck a man wants from me? Why is that my job? It's not. It shouldn't be. If you want sex, just say that. You might not get it. But coercing somebody Emotionally manipulating somebody because you know that without that emotional connection to you, she's not going to give you sex. You're a manipulator. Why is that something you have to do? Like, and I said this on my podcast. Not my LOL. No, I didn't. I didn't say this on my podcast. I said this on my live. One of the trash truck is taking the trash. That's a big, bright truck. I said this on my live. One of the guys that I was hooking up with, he straight up told me that it got to the point where he realized that he would rather hire sex workers than put another woman through the bullshit of being emotionally manipulated by him, all because he wanted some coochie. That he realized that that's what he was doing. So he was like, okay, if I want to have sex with somebody, I'm not going to do the whole song and dance thing. It's just going to be what it is. But yeah. So that's what he said about that. And he was like, I would rather just do that. Because why do I have to emotionally manipulate somebody to get my dick wet? And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, I didn't really know what to say to that, but I was like, you know, to each their own, but good for you for not manipulating anybody. Like, do you want a cookie? But I do just wish men would just be more honest about that. I don't think they realize that they don't actually have to be Hannibal Lecter to get some coochie. Like, they're literally going to the school of the Silence of the Lambs just to get some coochie. They are literally going to therapy to learn psychology just to get some coochie. When all they could say is, what's up, ma? I think you cute. Want to go back to my place? You're probably going to get a drink thrown at you. But I'm pretty sure you do it enough times and one person is going to be like, you know what? Yeah. So do that. Like, but no, instead they would rather emotionally manipulate people just to do that. And it's like, I don't think they actually realize how, like, I can only speak for myself, but I know that I feel connected to every person I come across. Like, I don't know what to say. I feel connected to every living being I come across. Every animal I come across, everything I come across. Like, if I look at something for long enough, I will think it is beautiful. And it doesn't have to be a sexual way. It doesn't have to be anything like that. But, like, I think, like, there's beauty in everything. So if I actually am attracted to you, if I want to get to know you, I'm not faking that. Like, it's actually very genuine. It's not shallow at all. Like, it's full of depth. And it's like, there are people who are like that. And it's my job to protect myself, but also, like, the environment that we exist in, like, it's just fucking harsh, dude. It is harsh, like, to be this person in this dating environment in this country at this time. It just is. And it's like, must I really risk my emotional health for a man who was also raised in the same society, who's also consumed the same culture and media that I have, and cross my fingers and hope across my heart that he's a good one, when truthfully he's probably not a good one? Why do I have to do that? And I just don't think I have to. I don't think I should have to. And I feel like there are greater powers beyond myself that lead me to the places I go. And I'm going to trust that they're going to lead me to where I need to go. Because doing it myself ain't been working. So that's how I feel about that. But But I really do like, but yeah, back to what my friend Rachel was saying. She was saying that society has failed men. Women have found a way to create communities, create friendships, to heal, to make themselves better, to make themselves find love without love, to steady their feet. Men just don't have that community. And it's sad. It's really sad and it's really embarrassing. And it's gotten to the point where, like, I'm not even mad at these guys anymore. It's just like, yo, like, you're so lost. But I also know that it's this culture, it's this country, it's how these people were raised, it's all these things. And it's like, baby, you were failed. I'm so sorry. With that, I bid you guys adieu. And I hope you guys have a great week. I hope nobody from your past pop up again and start acting stupid. Okay. I hope that you are blessed and highly favored. And I hope you feel loved this week. I hope you feel connected and validated and loved and looked after and appreciated. I hope your week goes without a fucking hitch, dude. Share this with a friend if you enjoy this. Share this with a friend. Share it with your mom. Share it with your dad. Share it with your boyfriend. Share it with somebody that you feel could get something out of it. I've really enjoyed like getting to know you guys and like talking to you guys and seeing your comments. It's really filled me with joy. And I know sometimes I may not answer like right away, but I see it and I try to answer, but I get overstimulated real fast on the internet. So there's that. But yeah. Have a good day. I love you. Goodbye. Mwah.